السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
Okay, maybe we can wait another 2 or 3 minutes for more students.
It's okay, doctor.
Okay, assalamu alaikum again. Today we will continue inshallah with the same subject, SQL, but we will take more advanced SQL statements. One note that there is no one only one correct solution for queries, for SQL queries. So sometimes you have more than one correct solution, depending on what syntax you use for your query. It's similar like relational algebra. There is no one exact correct solution. Maybe you have more than one correct solution. Same for SQL queries, you could have more than one correct solution for your query. So even in the midterm exam, there is different correct solution from different students, and same applied for SQL. So if we take some query and you guess that there's other solution could be correct? Yes. Usually you have more than one correct solution for the queries. So I think we already finished chapter 6. Now we will start with chapter 7 and we will take more complex query, triggers, views, and some schema modification statements. What more complex query we will take? We will speak about. Before that, we spoke already about queries, single queries. Today we will speak about nested queries, joint between table, inner join and outer join, and aggregate functions and the grouping and some or different type of clause like having clause like group, okay, and many others. Okay, in the comparison or any where statements that have comparison, actually in SQL, the comparison not like other programming language. Programming language usually you compare the logical comparison between true and false. In SQL we have three types here of values. We have true of logical value. We have true, false, and unknown. Unknown means a null value. When you have null value it's unknown value or an available value or not applicable attribute. We consider it as null. The meaning of unknown in the logical comparison for SQL means it's similar like maybe true, maybe false. We don't know. So if you imagine it like maybe, it's not maybe, but if you imagine it like maybe true or maybe false, you can understand what's the result from any comparison. Here, if we have two statements, P and Q, and we want to compare or connect between these two expressions using or and or equal, we will get this result. If we have true in any part of the expression, always the result of or will be true. So true is true, true is false, true is unknown. Unknown could be true, could be false, so doesn't matter for the or when you connect or between expression. So always if you have any side true, the result will be true for or. We have one side true, it's okay. The result will be true. Even with unknown. Here also true, then the result is true. And statement need two sides to be true to have the result true. If one side false, you will have the result false. So if any side false, the result will be false. Okay, what about unknown? We know that unknown could be false, could be true. So if unknown come with the false, the result false, because doesn't matter unknown. I speak about and. But if unknown come with true, like here, then the result will depend on the unknown. That's why the result will be unknown result for the and. Why? Because if unknown means true, then the result true. If unknown means false, then the result will be false. So if you have and, both sides should be true to have result true. One side false, then you have result false. One side true, other side unknown, then the result will be unknown. Of course, unknown and unknown, the result will be unknown. Okay, for the equal, if you have two sides similar, you will have true. For example, true is true, true. If there's difference between the two sides, you will have false. So false equal false, yes, then the result true. Okay, what about unknown? Actually, if you have unknown, then the result depends on it. So in the comparison like this, the result, if you have any side unknown, the result will be unknown. Okay, same idea for not also. Not true, then false. Not false, then true. Not unknown, also unknown, because we don't know unknowns is false or true. So it's the idea for unknown here. But unknown, actually, we consider null value as unknowns. That's why we don't check like this. We don't check value x equal null or something like this. It's better to use is and is not to check the null value. So usually to check the null value in the comparison in SQL statement, we use is and is not. Because using equal or something like this will not give you the correct result. So we will check, for example, retrieve or get the names of all employees who do not have supervisor. What's the meaning do not have supervisor? We know that for each employee, we have super SSN means the supervisor or the manager of this employee SSN. When he don't have supervisor, this value will be null. So to check it, we will use that super SSN is null. If we need employees that have supervisor, then we will check is not null. If we need employees that do not have supervisor, this means we will check if the supervisor number is null. So it's like this: select or retrieve employee name from employee where the supervisor SSN is null. This means where there's null value for the supervisor attribute, supervisor number attribute. Okay. We will speak about nested query. We know that the query in SQL have select from where. When we have nested query, this means we have two queries in one query. One query we called it outer query, and other query we called it nested query. So it's like you have two boxes, outer and nested. Okay. Where do we use this nested? Is it in the select or from or where? Usually we use the nested query inside the where clause. So we have select attributes, we have from list of tables, then where. The condition in this where will depend on the result of nested query. Okay, so like this we have two query or more inside each other. Okay, so we have the outer query or parent query, and inside it in the where clause we will have nested sub query or queries if we have more than one list. In this case, we know that the where clause have comparison, should compare some conditions. We can use many type of comparison. First comparison operator that we can use n. What's the meaning of n? Actually, we will check condition for one element that have value in returned from the subquery or the nested subquery. So value compares, or n compares value with set or multi-set. What the difference between set and multi-set? Set means no repeated values. Multi-set, this means you have repeated values. And we said, we saw before that, if we used distinct keyword with the select, then we will have set because we will remove the repeated values. If we use all with the select statement, select all salary, for example, this means we will keep all repeated values. This means we have multi-set because set do not allow redundant data. Okay, this is the meaning of set or multi-set. We talked it last time, so we don't need to repeat it. So it's compare value with a set of values that returned from the inner query or subquery, and evaluate if this value exists in the result of the subquery, then this will return true for the where condition. Okay, we can see this by example. I think this query we took it last time. We used different way. Now we have the same query, but different answer for the query. That's why I mentioned same query could be written by many ways. Okay. if you remember last lecture, we take same query, make a list of project numbers for projects that involve employee Smith as a worker or as a manager of the department. Let me, this second part, or as a manager for departments that controls the project. So we have here two subqueries. If we will use the way of subqueries, okay, we have, let me name this Q1 and Q2. So Q1 will bring or will return the project number that have Smith working or as a worker. This one, Q1. This one, Q2. See here, we select project number from work on and employee, where the employee number at work on equal to employee number or SSN number from employee, and the last name of this employee is Smith. So this will return the project number that involve employee his last name Smith as a worker, and this one will return project number that have a department manager his last name Smith. So select the project number from project department employee, where department number equal department number, this come from project, this come from department, this to join or to connect between project and department. Actually, all condition like this with equal, it's a join. Okay, it's similar like something we called it inner join. Connect between two tables. We will take it later, inner join. Okay, and this will join between department and employee when we have this employee as a manager, his manager SSN, or this department manager SSN equal to specific employee with name Smith. So this will return first part and second part. Now we will use N to find if we have project number in this set of values. So select distinct. Distinct, this means repeat redundant value or remove redundant value or do not get redundant value, then the result will be set. Set of tuples. What's the difference between set of tuples or multi-set of tuples? Multi-set of tuples, this means you keep the redundant tuples. Set, this means you remove redundant tuples. So distinct, make it set, remove the redundant tuple. Without it, this means all values, even if you have redundant. Okay. So we need to get project number for projects. project number from project. But we have condition. What's the condition? That involve, this means project number should be in the result of this query or in the result of this query. So if the project number in the result of this query, it will be taken in the select statement. And if the project number value also returned from this query, then it will appear in the result. One thing that you should focus on it, when you compare like this, where B number in, this means this select statement should have same attribute as returned value. So the inner or the sub query should return project number also. It could be different name, but it should be from the same type. Same type or type compatible. So you are comparing project number with the project number that returned from query 2. Then you compare project number from this project with P number, not necessarily the same name of attribute, but should be same type. For example, this one integer, this one should be integer. This one varchar 30, for example, this one should be varchar 30 also. So the inner subquery should return values compatible with the compared value here. Should be same, compatible, same data type and same domain. Okay. I think writing the query with previous way, more simple and more straight, but you need to know these types of query, because sometimes you have to do it like this. It's depend on the query, okay?
Doctor.
Or more simple to do it like this in some query. But in this query, you can write it like this, select, I will answer your question. Let me just complete. You can write it like previous one. We said select B number from project and from department. Then we make union with select statement with works on and employee, and then make union. I don't want to repeat the whole query. Okay, we can make this query and this query and make union between them. It will give us same result. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Doctor, why we don't use distinct in the inner query for project number?
It will not make any difference with us.
Okay, so if we use it,
distinct will make more operation. So after get the result, we'll remove the redundant value. It's okay if you have a redundant value here. Why? Because when you use n, this means first time you will get the result, it will return true. So if you have 2 or 3 same result, it will check one by one until reach first correct result, first similar result, then it will return true. It will not continue to check repeated values. So you don't need to make distinct in the inner query.
Okay, many
because
thanks.
all what I need from the inner query here, the result will be only true or false. So first value found it, true, finish. Will not compare more.
Okay, clear.
If you want to put it, it's not wrong, but it will not give you any advance here. Yeah. But this is the issue. Okay, use more than one value to compare. Here we compared one value with the returned result from this inner query. What about if I need to compare, or I need to get set of values or tables of value? For example, here we need to return the ESSN, or the employee number, that working on the same project and same number of hours as employee John Smith. So we need all the employees that working with this Johnny Smith, okay, but working in the same project and same number of hours. If we know that this Johnny Smith have SSN number, this to make it much easy. If you use the name, then you will use the table of employees. If we use only SSN here, we don't need to use the employee table. Okay, if you know that SSN for this employee, this 1, 2, 3, 4 until 9. Okay, now we can return the project that worked, John Smith worked on it using this select statement. Okay, select doesn't matter now. Later I will speak why we select this. From works, where ESSN equal this number. What this mean? This mean return the project that have this employee as a worker. And if we can check, let me just open this one. I think I already. Okay, so first part, we need the project that this employee with this number 1, 2, 3 until 9 work on it. Work on it. So from work on, we will return the tables that have ESSN. This ESSN. So it's select, normal select. Select. Later we will speak select what. Consider it star now. From works on. Okay. Where ESSN, this means the employee SSN number equal 1, 2, 3. Okay, I put this because this ESSN defined as varchar, not defined as integer. If defined as integer, you don't need this quotation. Okay, we put quotation if we compare string. Okay, then this means we return the works on information where we have this employee. Okay, what we said here. In our example, we need employees that works on the same project. This means project number, same number of hours. So we need to return not all works on, we need only the project number and hours for this Smith or John Smith. Now we can return all the employees SSN who works on and have same project number and hours with this one, with John Smith. So in this case, it's better to use the nested query. Okay, we just return the employee numbers for employees who works on same project number and hours with Smith or with employees that have this SSN. So we compare the values for all employee. Is it n this value of values of Smith, because it could be more than one value. Project 1, he works, for example, 3 hours. Project 2, he works 5 hours. So if we have employee project 1 and 3 hours, then it will be in the result. So if one value, if this value equal one value from a set of value, V1, V2, V3, maybe more than one value from this selected statement. So we compare that this value of this employee or this project or this X, this Y exists in set of return value or tuples from the inner query. So we can run this query. Let me just close this one. I will give you, inshallah, the file for queries, this file. So I think this query, okay. I wrote it two ways. Let me open this one. Okay, so select distinct ESSN from works on where project number hours in the result of this selected statement. This selected statement return project number and hours for this employee. So if another employee works on same project, same number of hours, it will be in the result, his ESSN. So what we return here? We return ESSN, not the project number and hours. We return the outer select statement, the outer query selected tuples or selected attributes. So the inner query just for comparison here. It will not appear in the final result. So, okay, what's the syntax error here? I think the problem with the small letter, capital letter, maybe. Where is it? Oh, this one. Okay. I think here's a problem. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, this all the employees that working. If you apply this query to the database that I give to you, you will have different result because I already added some values. Okay. So I already update some values and insert some values. So if you apply same query, maybe you have different result. Because I changed, I insert some works on values and change some works on value to have more result here. So this is the result. What's the result? All employees that have same project number and hours with this one, this employee. Let's check this one. Okay, works on. I will just view all rows here. Okay, with as employee this one. He is working in project 1, 32.5 hours. He working on project 2, 7.5, and he works on project 10, 10 hours. Actually, I added this value. I added that he works on project 10. So, because there's more employees here working on project 10 hours, this one, 555, it was 555, and also project 10 hours, okay, 777. So this is the result. Himself and employee himself, this same number, and employee in his number was 555 and employee in his number was 77. Okay, what about if I don't know the ESSN? I need all employees working on same project and hours with employee, his name John Smith. Then it could be like this. Okay. It could be like this. Okay, no, this is not the one, this one. Okay, close. This first query, this one first query, this the one that I mean it, this query. Okay. We have the project number and hours for employee. His name, John Smith. John Smith, the name, it's inside the employee. That's why we want to connect between works on and employee, and this is a join condition. Then, not all employees. No, I need only John Smith. So, same query. I just here don't use the ESSN that we know. I use the name. Name exists in employee. That's why we need to connect between works on and employee. This is a connection or the join. Then now I can check the name of the employee and get project number and hours for all the project and number and hours for this John Smith employee. Then same. I need ESSN from works on the combination, same combination, project number and hours with John Smith. It will give us same result, should be. Okay. It should be correct. I think this is a problem. No, it's correct semicolon. Name. Okay, just it's about small letter and capital letter when we create the database. Here we used L small, F small. Okay, it gives us the same result. Okay, there's another type of comparisons that we could use here. We could use equal any instead of n. It's equal any or equal sum. It will give you same result as n. So here you can use equal project number equal any instead of n, equal any, or equal sum. It will give you same result if you use equal. But you can use different comparison like for any and for some, like more than or equal, less than. It will give you, of course, different. N means only equal, but here different type of comparison. Like if we said return employee, okay, with the salary more than any other employee. Okay, let's write this query. Let me close this one and we can write new query. Let me copy this because it will give. I need employee last name, first name from employee where his salary more than any or any other employee. Of course, except himself. So let me make it. Okay. select salary from employee. Okay, let me also print the salary, his name and his salary, because we want to make sure that it's a correct result. Okay, this all employees, all the employees, and this all the salaries. We need okay. Okay, this will give us all the employees actually. It's not correct one. This doesn't mean anything. I think like this maybe it's better. We need employees with salary more than the salaries of employees from department 5. Okay. All employees of department 5. Okay, then I don't know what example exactly to give for this. For any or some, but it's during my around for how long, around 17 years of working in the database, I did not use any or some because it's very rare to use something like this, any or some. We usually use the equivalent in, or if you want the value to be compared with all other values, we used all. So we use all to check if this value more than or less than all other values. For example, if I need first name and last name of employee that his salary more than any other employee from department number 5. So I need first name, last name from employee where his salary more than all the values of in our query. So this is the meaning here. Return this data, outer query data or outer query attributes where his salary more than all the data or tables that returned from the inner query. Okay, so this syntax, we have select the columns that will be returned in the result. This is the result. Result. From table that we will get the result from it, and then expression and operator to check value, maybe more than, less than, or equal. Then we can use all, any, or some. All means all value from, compare this value with all value, compare this value with any value, or with some value that repeated in some value. There is no significant difference between any and some. Okay. This one we already mentioned when we talk the relational algebra. If we have attributes with the same name come from different tables, attributes have the same name come from different tables, you have two choices: change names for one of the tables or use alias table name using as. So here in this example, we need to retrieve name of each employee who has a dependent with the same first name and same sex with him. So if we have a male employee and his first name Smith, for example, and his dependent name Smith, then we will return this employee. If we have employee have the same name as his dependent and same gender or same sex as his dependent. So first of all, we will return the employee number from dependent when we have first name of the dependent equal dependent name and his sex same as his father or mother. Okay, so we can write the query like this: return the employee number from dependent. So employee number, I have problem with the mouse. Employee number for dependent, it's ESSN as D. Why as D and this employee as E? Because in the dependent we have this attribute sex and employee have also same attribute. So we said here return all employees when you have first name and equal dependent name and have employee sex equal dependent sex. This will return ESS, and then we said bring the first name last name of the employee when his social security number in the result of this query. Is there a more simple way to write this query? Yes, actually this writing as nested query not necessary here. In this example, not necessary. In this example, okay, it's good example for nested query because we compare one result with set of result from here. So, and we use a specific keyword all, but when you have n or equal for comparison, you can combine this nested query with one query. So this query actually, from my point of view, it's better to written as one query, not as a nested query. Why? When you have comparison n or comparison equal or comparison equal any, or comparison equal sum, you can make this nested query as collapse them into one query, and it will be more readable, okay, and you can understand it better. So we can write this query another way. We can write same query, this query, in another way. Why? Because if the query, nested query use equal or n or equal any or equal some. As a comparison operator, you can collapse or merge between this nested query into one single block or one single query. So we can rewrite this query into one query like this. Select first name from employee, last name from employee. Okay, from employee as E, dependent as D. Now we connect between dependent and employee. So we make this join condition, SSN for employee equal ESSN for dependent, and they have the same sex and first name. That's why we have dependent name, dependent table, not for the select result. It's for comparison because we have the dependent name here come from dependent and the gender name come from dependent also. So we have dependent name same as first name of the employee. So this one will return the employee name if he have a dependent with the have the same name and same gender or same sex as him. Okay. The exist and unique function or a clause in SQL or function in SQL. It's also to check if the result have in the correlated nested or in the nested query, if in the inner query the result have values or empty. So it's to check the subquery if it will return values or have result or not. So it will return true if the nested subquery or the correlated nested query empty, it will return false. If not empty, it will return true. Not exist, the opposite. Okay, not exist, this means if the nested query or subquery have values, then it will return false. The opposite. If it's empty, not exist, will return true. So it's like this. You have a query, and the result of this query depend if there is exist result or not exist in another query or in the let's name it nested query. Like this, you have select some values from some tables where you have existing value or not existing value returned from nested query or subquery. So first, the compiler or the SQL compiler will check if the result from this query have value or not. If you use exist and this one have value, it will return it true. Return it true, this means you will get the result or output from the outer select statement. If the inner one do not have values or it's empty, then this will return false. Return false, this means you will not get output for this tuple. Then it will check the second tuple, the second row. Exists value? No. And so on. Because we said correlated. What correlated? This means the tuples from here, it will be connected with the nested subquery, and depend on this connection, this will return values. If this value empty or not empty, we check using exist function. Unique function return true if there are no duplicate tuples in the result query. So we check the result return from here. If we have only one tuple, no duplicate, this means unique will give you true. Unique check. All this check in the where condition, where clause. If there is repeated tuple in the inner query result, unique function will return false. So let's take example using exist. Here, of course, when you use exist, doesn't matter you selected what. So it's better to use a star. Because if you use the wrong one, maybe you will have wrong result. So it's only check if we have result here or not. So it doesn't matter what you returned here. That's why we select the star. Select all attributes. Okay, select the star from dependent D, where ESSN, and you know this what doing. Yes, this return values when we have employee have same first name as dependent name and have same sex as dependent sex. So this will return the employee that have this condition. So we will check, or we will get the first name, last name for this employee if this condition correct. This means if exists. So if exists value where this employee have dependent, same sex, and same name. Okay, another example for exist. List the names of managers who have at least one dependent. So we need to check if the employee manager, this first nested query, second nested query, we need to check if he have dependent or not. Okay, to check if he have dependent, we select all values from dependent where this employee that we need him data or her data or his data same like dependent. So this connected between dependent and employee. If we connected between this employee and dependent and we get result, exists result, this will return true. If we connect between this employee and dependent and we did not get the result, this will give, the exist will give us false. Okay, and if exists that this employee manager, how to check if the employee manager? We will go to the department and check if his social security number same as the manager of any of the department. So this connect between department and employee, this condition. I have problem with the mouse batteries, I think. So between employee and department, when the employee is a manager, this is the meaning. So this will return when the employee manager, this will return when the employee have dependent. If it true, he have dependent, and true, he is a manager, then we get his name. So this will return the names of manager that have at least one dependent. This means he have dependent. So this is the use of exist. Is there another way to write this? Yes, we can write it like any normal query, because exist also can be collapsed. So we can use select first name, last name from employee and dependent and department, where SSN equal ESSN and SSN equal manager SSN. Okay. So we can write it. Exist actually. Sometimes we need it. It's necessary when we check, especially not exist. Okay. For example, return employees that he don't manage any department. So we will get all the manager and said this employee not exist in this manager list. So maybe not exist, it's more important than exist. Like this example. Retrieve the name of employees who have no dependent. In this case, it's better to use not exist. So we return all information from dependent where SSN equal ESSN. This means if this employee have dependent, return the information for all dependent. So if there is exist values here, there is not exist value here, this mean true. This mean he don't have any dependent. Okay. To make it the result explicit set, we said the difference between set and multi-set. Many times we mentioned the difference between set and multi-set. We said set, you have distinct tuples, or you have you don't have duplicate tuples. So to make it explicit set, as we mentioned, we can use distinct. This about the result. What about if I want to check, okay, value of where clause with set of values? So we can use n. If the result n set of values. So it's same like when you use here n select statement for the inner query, it will return set of value. So we can explicitly mention the set of value if we know set of value. For example, if I want to return employee who works on project 1 and 2 and 3, so I know the project numbers. That's easy. I can return employee ESSN if his project number in this set of value. So this compare set of value. I think we already mentioned n, and we said that n compare value with set of values. If this value inside this set of values, so same, instead of get this capital V or set of values from a nested query, I can mention this value or this set of values directly here. We already mentioned the rename using as. Using as, you can rename any table or any attribute in the result of the selected statement. So instead of employee name, I can mention that in the result, make it as employee name, full employee name. I'm trying to be faster a little bit because we are very late here. Okay, one important subject using the join between tables. Until now, we already make join using where clause. Any where clause that have condition between attributes between tables actually will make something we called it inner join. But you can use this inner join explicitly, okay, inside the from clause. So where we put the join and join condition inside from clause. Okay, how to use the inner join or the normal join, we called it inner join. Inner join, actually, it will be join when value from or attributes from table 1 equal attributes in table 2. Okay, this is the inner join. So the result will have the attributes from the two tables when you have same values in the joined tables for the condition. Same value for the condition. Okay, so we call this inner join or the normal join, okay, or equal join. So inner join like this. In the form clause, you mention table 1 name, then use join keyword, table 2 on condition. Like this, I need to get the first name, last name, and address for employee and department. I will connect between employee and department. Especially I speak about the research department. So I can write it like this, select first name, last name. It's very difficult to write using my mouse today. Seems the battery it's empty and I don't have a new battery now. Okay, select first name, last name, address from employee and department where department D number from the employee equal D number from department and D name equal research. This is a normal select statement. Yes, it's actually join, but without using the keyword join. Now I'm speaking about using the keyword join. To write same actually join, we can use like this. Get the first name, last name, address for employee join with department. This means joining between employee table and department table on. This means where the conditions is applied. What's the condition? The equal join condition. That department number in the employee table equal department number to connect between employee and department. Then where this is the condition after join, what will happen? Actually, it will happen like this. It will join between the two tables. All attributes come from employee. All attributes come from department. Okay. Where we have D number in the employee equal department number of the department. Okay, then join all tables. Now, after where D name equal research, so we only take this tables from the joining result when we have D name equal research. So it will take only when D name equal research. So we join between two tables on specific condition. Then we can make selection. You remember in relational algebra, I don't mean select a statement. Selection to get specific result. Okay. Selection when we have D name equal research. Okay. This join, we called it inner join, the previous one. This one, inner join, or equal join if we have the condition equal. Okay, we have more type of joins like natural join. What's the difference between inner join and natural join? In the natural join, we don't have condition, no joining condition explicitly, but there is implicit equal join when we have attributes with the same name. So if we have D number here, if we have D number here and department, same name, for example, DNO for the employee and DNO for the department, in this way, we don't need to mention the condition. We can use natural join. Why? Because natural join will look to the attributes that have the same name and consider it as implicit condition. It will take it as a condition without you mention the condition. So usually if we don't have attributes with the same name, to use natural join, we can rename attributes. For example, here we rename department as debt, and we change department name, department number to, this is the most important for us. We change here department information. Of course, this one will be in the result of the query, but will not affect the original table, okay? So here we have D number in debt, the new copy of this department or alias name. And we actually have in employee D and O. So when we make now natural join, here we mentioned natural join. Here we mentioned join. That's why join. That's why we need condition. If we said natural join, we don't need condition, but we need at least one attribute from here and from here have the same name. If we don't have, we have to use as to rename. Okay, so we renamed this table and its attributes to get D number, same as employee D number. So the implicit condition here that employee D number equal debt D number. This is the implicit condition for the natural join. We have another type of join that is outer join. What's the difference between inner join and outer join? Outer join, we have three types of outer join. Left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. Outer join different than inner join, that in the result we can have full value from one of the two sides table. When you join between two tables using outer join, you could mention that I need all values from left table, so it left outer join. Or you can say I need all values in the result from the right tables. This means you have to do right outer join. Or you can mention that I need all value from the left and the right. Then where's the join? When you have same value for the join, you will get from the left of and the right, okay, connected tuples. If you have in the right value not exist in the left, so in the left will be full with null combined with this value. If you have right value not exist, then it will be filled in the null to be connected with the left value. This is a full outer join. I will give example here. But in the inner join, you have only tuples when the left table and the right table have same connected attributes. Okay, this is the difference. And inner join, actually, it's the default join. So you just mention join, it will be inner join. So tuple is included in the result only when you have matching tuples, depending on the condition, of course, in the two relation or in the two tables. Also, in the inner join, repeated columns name will not be avoided. So if you joined between D name, between employee and department, in the result you will have D number and you will have D number like this. This come from department, this come from employee. But in the natural join, because you will have the same name, okay, it will take only one column, D number from employee or D number from department. Actually, because employee, the first one, it will take D number from employee. Because it's identical columns, it will not take D number from department. This is a natural join. But in our join, repeated column, it will be appear. But in the result, here you will have same values actually. This is another difference between inner join and outer join. Okay, for the left outer join, every tuple in the left must be appear in the result. All the rows for the left table will be in the result. If it's have matching tuple from the right, it will be appear. If no matching tuple from the right, then we will give the right tuple null values or right table. I will give an example for this. Right, the opposite. This means every tuple from the right will appear in the result. And if no matching from the left, we will fill the left with null values. For full outer join, every tuple from the left will appear in the result and every tuple from the right will appear. If no matching from the left to the right, will be filled on null. If no matching from right to the left, it will be left filled on null value. Okay, I will give here examples, show you all this. Here, for the left outer join, So left outer join, this means all tuples from the left will appear in the result. If we have match from the right, it will appear. No match, we will fill null for the right. This is the meaning of left outer join. So in this query, we select first name, last as first name, and supervisor name from employee as E. Why? Because we speak here, we connected between employee and his supervisor. We need to return all employees' name and his supervisor if there exists supervisor. Okay, repeat all employee name. This means I need all the data from the employee. So if we consider that employee data in the left, so we need left outer join to get all the data of the employees. And his supervisor, if there exists supervisor for him. That's why we use left outer join, not normal join. Because we don't need employees that have supervisor. No, we need all employees. And the supervisor name if he have supervisor. So we will connect join between employee and employee as S, as supervisor. And what's the condition? That employee supervisor number exists for another employee S, for the supervisor S. So we have two copies, it's like we have two copies from table employee. Employee E, this means all the employees. Employee S, this means when this employee work as a supervisor also, not only employee and supervisor for another employee. Okay, so how to connect between them? When this employee have supervisor number exists here. Okay, So we take the employee name and we take the supervisor name. So let's run this one and see the result. Okay. I will close. I have all the queries here. I can give you all this file later. Okay, where's okay, you see here this one. We did not mention join. Yes. Here this will return employee and the supervisor name where we have supervisor for this employee. This means this query will not return all the employees. Will return employee only if he have supervisor. Okay, this return 7 tuples, and of course we have employee and supervisor name. We did not have in the result employee. So it's same like inner join. Okay, it will have only when we have from the first and the second table, we have values. Now same, we will do it, but with left outer join. Okay, we need all data from employee and data from supervisor if he have supervisor. Okay. From employee. Employee already exists. Why sometimes accept, sometimes not accepting? Okay. As you want small letter. Actually, it should accept small or it's about the small and capital letter only. Okay. Here we have 8 in the result. Here it's like inner join. You can actually, I will make it inner join. And this one, left outer join. You see this one, work. It's all the employees. If you check the employees table, you will find that you have 8 employees. Here, I think, okay, this select all the employees. We have 8 employees, yes. But this employee, Borg, if you check, he do not have super SSN. So he do not have supervisor. So we get employee names, all employee. Because we have left outer join and employee as E is the left. Supervisor, it's the right. If it exists, we get the value. If not exists, we will get null. Okay. So I will write it same as only join from employee as blah 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 and join. Join means what? Join means inner join. Okay, so let me just close this one. Okay, same query here using left. This means all value from the left, and we fill null on the right if value not exist. Normal join or inner join like this. Okay, what's the problem here? Join. I don't know what's the problem. Join keyword. It should be small or capital letter. Okay, but sometimes the compiler here, I feel have problem with this issue. You check here. We have only when we have left and right value connected. So using join like this, inner join like this, or using where select statement like this, it's same. It will give you same result. But if we need value from the left or the right to be exist in the join, we will use left or right outer join, or both. Full outer join. We can use full outer join. Let's check the full outer join. Now, not left. Full outer join. I will close this one first. Okay. Okay. You see the full outer join. In the full outer join, okay, this employee have supervisor. Okay, this employee have supervisor. This employee do not have supervisor. Then he will appear. This supervisor do not have employee. Okay, so it will take, it's actually not this supervisor do not have employee. It's actually all employees that not supervisors. This one, why? Because actually S is employee. So the right also all employees and the left all employees. This when the employee have supervisor, and this one employee do not have supervisor, and this one when this employee not supervised for anyone. Okay, so if the right also do not have existing values in the left, it will be null. This for the full outer join. So maybe in the home you can check this example. These examples give you a table, okay, and show you the result for inner join and for left outer join. So we have all the left and null if the right not exist. For right outer join, we have all the right and null if the left not exist. For the full outer join, we have all the left, all the right, and if there is no combination between them, we fill left, we fill the right by null and left by null. One thing here, that there is some alternative syntax for other DBMS, like in Oracle, we can use the join, left outer join or right outer join or full outer join directly inside the where using this plus. So this is the join condition. If we have the plus on the left, this means it's left outer join. If we have like this in the right, this means right outer join. If we have plus equal plus, this means full outer join. This work for only specific DBMS like Oracle. It will not work with you in PostgreSQL. And we depend on PostgreSQL. This only work for Oracle. So even in this example, you will find it. Okay, I think we take more than our times, around 10 minutes more. We will stop here and we will continue inshallah next lecture. It's finished, yes, I think. Let me check the timetable. Our lecture until what time should be? Okay, correct, we finished. It should be until 12:35. We already 12:45, so we will finish here. We continue next week, inshallah, after Eid. Actually, I want to continue for another 1 hour, but last 10 days in Ramadan, it's difficult to focus. Even myself, I feel not focusing enough. So it's better, maybe after Eid, inshallah, we can take more times, inshallah, to cover all the subjects. So Eid Mubarak for all of you, and see you, inshallah, after Eid, after the Eid, inshallah, in our next lecture. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak for all.
Thank you, Doctor. Eid Mubarak.
See you.
See you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.